Being all equal and independent, no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions. Reading furnishes the mind only with materials of knowledge. It is thinking that makes what we read ours. Only defense against the world is a thorough knowledge of it. We are like chameleons. We take our hue and the color of our moral character from those who are around us. Parents wonder why the streams are bitter when they themselves poison the fountain. To love truth for truth's sake is the principal part of human perfection in this world and the seed plot of all other virtues. Education begins the mental man, but reading, good company, and reflection must finish him. Revolt is the right of the people. No man's knowledge here can go beyond his experience. To prejudge other men's notions before we have looked into them is not to show their darkness but to put out our own eyes. All wealth is the product of labor. New opinions are always suspected and usually opposed without any other reason but because they are not already common. I have always thought the actions of men the best interpreters of their thoughts. Men being, as has been said, by nature all free, equal, and independent, no one can be put out of this state and subjected to the political power of another without his own consent. The state of nature has a law of nature to govern it, which obliges everyone, and reason, which is that law, teaches all mankind who will but consult it that being all equal and independent, no one sought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions. Our business here is not to know all things, but those which concern our conduct. A man has perfect liberty over his conscience. If the magistrate commands what has already been divinely commanded, then the citizen is obliged to obey, and such laws cannot be unjust, for they do not bind a man's conscience or his action. Reverie is when ideas float in our mind without reflection or regard of the understanding. Few men think, yet all will have opinions. Hence, men's opinions are superficial and confused. Fortitude is the guard and support of the other virtues. There is frequently more to be learned from the unexpected questions of a child than the discourses of men. Government has no other end than the preservation of property. Tyranny is the exercise of power beyond right. But there is only one thing which gathers people into seditious commotions, and that is oppression. No one can be put out of this state and subjected to the political power of another without his own consent. In transgressing the law of nature, the offender declares himself to live by another rule than that of reason and common equity. The legislative cannot transfer the power of making laws to any other hands, for it being but a delegated power from thee. They who have it cannot pass it over the others.